You know, those time bank are.
I wasted my whole weekend watching that.
It was so
I was so riveted.
Yeah.
That's like the best
first
poker.
2 days
and watch
wasn't
it.
as good,
Yeah.
but the last day was wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was
well,
fun.
gosh,
That
last
comeback,
thing.
that comeback that Marcos did was so incredible.
Yeah.
Who?
Marcos.
Mark.
All the-
Oh,
Yeah.
Marcus.
It was just really good.
Talking about Marcus, what about Kevin today? Kevin might break the record of losing the standing up. Look,
It's
I
dangerous.
go after all of them.
I heard it's like 8,000 to 1 to lose at 5 in a row. Somebody did the math on
I
it.
think
was
it's
playing
more
really
like
tight the first 2 days.
50,000.
I do, but remember they corrected it and
Oh,
it
is
was
that
like
right?
8K to
Okay.
1. Yeah.
If you're playing
Which
too
is
tight
absurd. I'm gonna try to sit down here. I
in the
understand.
end-up game.
In this 500th episode of Weekly Poker Hand, we have a doozy. Before we get started though, I wanted to thank you very much for being here with me today. I've been making content for all of you here on YouTube for free for a long time. This is the 500th episode of Weekly Poker Hand. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, make sure you go back and watch them. I work hard to make this content for you, and I want to make sure that you thoroughly enjoy it. If you enjoy it, by the way, click the like and subscribe button down below. Let's get to this hand. We are playing the stand-up game on No Gamble, No Future. It's only 100-200, but Negreanu comes in with a 10 big blind pre-flop raise with a Jack-8 offsuit. He does not want to have to pay the penalty. Everyone has garbage you think it would get through, except Phil Hellmuth, the self-proclaimed best poker player in the entire world, opts to call in the big blind with King-2 offsuit. He's already immune from the stand-up game. He's just trying to ruin Negreanu's night. Let's go to the flop.
I don't know if you realize, Eric, he went after Robel. Once Robel have the lead, he knew Robel don't want to play the big pots
That's right.
anymore. So he went for
You see Roble just instant fold, like top
Kings and
set.
deuces for Hellmuth.
Was it a good fold?
It was a
Yes,
good
it
fold.
was
Wow.
amazing.
Yeah.
Field checkies.
Robles was incredible.
Was this on the last
They-
day?
Flop comes King 5-2. Phil Hellmuth has top and bottom pair. That's pretty good. Negreanu has Jack 8. That's basically nothing. He has 0.6% chance to win this hand. That's not a lot. He's probably gonna have a difficult time bluffing too. He doesn't care though. Hellmuth checks. Negreanu goes for a 2/3 pot size bet, which I think is actually reasonable enough. This is a spot where unless Hellmuth has a king or better, you're going to get him to fold a large chunk of the time. And by betting large on the flop, you can potentially make very big bet sizes on the river to maybe even try to get Hellmuth to make a nitty fold with a king. That said, it's not going to work this time. Negreanu goes 3,000. Hellmuth wisely slow plays it when your opponent's drawing to 0.6% equity. You want to slow play. Let's go to the turn.
Like 12 sets.
I'm going to go back
This is
one.
full for Hellmuth.
What was the board? Flush on board?
Yeah, flush.
But he checked the turn. When the flush card came, he checks the turn.
Yeah.
The guy leads out on the river.
Check call,
and he
yeah.
Just
folds.
like snap folds. Wow.
Just snap folds.
Against who?
It was against
The acting job out of Hellmuth again.
Rob.
Rob Young. Wow. Yeah, wow. Impressive.
Check.
The turn is the 2 of diamonds. Phil Hellmuth has a full house. He's probably not going to fold now. He checks. Negreanu with his zip and pip does not have to go for it here. I think in this situation, if you're going to bluff, you definitely want to have some outs against a king, because when you bet big on the turn and get called, you are going to be against a king or a 2 a large chunk of the time. So I think in this spot, you want to have some sort of straight draw. Maybe a hand like ace 4 or 5 or 6-3 suited, something like that. So should Negreanu go for this stone 0 equity bluff? Probably not. And the other big problem with this situation is that Hellmuth could actually have some 2s. Remember, Hellmuth was in the big blind, and he was the only player remaining in the pot. Now, if you don't think Hellmuth is going to defend with any offsuit 2s against the 10 big blind preflop raise, which to be fair is a reasonable assumption, and maybe he's not even going to defend that many suited 2s, like 9-2 suited against a 10 big blind preflop raise, then he actually has way fewer 2s than he normally would in a regular pot against a 2 or a 3 big blind raise. In that case, I actually do like going for the bluff a little bit more. But if Hellmuth does still have a lot of 2s in his range, I think you do not want to bluff here, because if he has a 2, he's always going to call and he's never, ever, ever going to fold. And he's going to give you a chance to bluff on the river too, which could be disaster. So I think Negreanu's decision here really, really, really depends on how many 2s Hellmuth has in his range. Given he has the king 2, he could probably have the queen 2, the jack 2, the 4 2, who knows? So for that reason, this bluff may be torching it. Hopefully he only torches 10,000 though.
Checks in the dark. Does Negreanu go fire, fire, fire? If he does, he's in trouble.
And we check on turn. So Rob could have just been taking a stab
Daniel
at
thinking
it.
if I just do something huge, he might fold a king, but he's not going to fold a full house.
The river is the 3 of spades. Hellmuth, tricky, checks again. I actually love the way Hellmuth has acted in this hand. I think Hellmuth kind of gets a bad rap from a lot of people on social media, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere where people talk. But in this hand, if I was in Negreanu's shoes, I would have thought Hellmuth had some sort of marginal-ish hand. I certainly would not be putting him on a full house. He does this a lot where he takes his time on the turn and says, okay, I call, finally. And then he checks in the dark. And this is typically what people do with medium-strength hands. And Hellmuth does do this with medium-strength hands some portion of the time. But in this situation, he has the effective nuts. He's not going anywhere. And he is hoping Negreanu bets again. Let's see if Negreanu goes for it with the jack high.
I was rooting for Marcos the whole time, so to see him come back like that was just incredible.
This is Marcus Gonzalez or something?
Yeah. He was
Uh-oh.
stuck like 300 grand, 400 grand in the first day, and he came back.
He put Hellmuth all in.
That's just
You win.
all in and a call.
Good hand. How much has he got? Just keep doubling.
Negreanu gives us some thought, lines up a monstrous bet to try to get Hellmuth off of a king, and he rips it all in. But unfortunately for him, Hellmuth has it. He doesn't even slow roll him. He finds the call, and Negreanu loses a big pot. Considering poker strategy in this situation, should Negreanu go for the big bet size? I think in a normal pot, it would not be a good idea because Negreanu has almost no twos, and Hellmuth does. Now, Negreanu does have ace-4, which is very relevant, but this is a spot where Hellmuth's literally never going to fold a 2, and he may not even fold a king. So for that reason, I think if you are going to bluff this spot, I think you just want to go medium to try to get Hellmuth off of a 5 or maybe a hand like pocket 7s. I don't think there's any way you're going to get him off of a king in the nit game, in the stand-up game, whatever they want to call it. So this one feels dicey. But Negreanu goes for it, and he loses. That's going to be it for today. Before we leave, though, given this is the 500th episode of Weekly Poker Hand, I want you to let me know in the comment section down below, down there, what has been your favorite hand that we have covered? Post it down there, link it, and if it's my favorite hand too, I'm going to select one of you who entered my favorite hand to get a free month of my training site, PokerCoaching.com. Go check it out. I hope you enjoy it. No matter where you are in your journey to become a world-class poker player, PokerCoaching.com can help you on your way. You can go there, sign up, try it out, and I hope you learn a ton. Thanks again for being with me through all 500 episodes. Should we just end the series? No more hands? No, we'll do more hands. I'm not even going to joke about that. I'll be back next time. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your games. Have fun. And if you bluff for 2x pot, try to not do it into a full house.
Hello everyone, this is Jonathan Little, and today I am pleased and excited to bring you the reincarnation of Weekly Poker Hand, an in-depth guide to poker. You can expect a hand every week. I'm going to be posting it, and hopefully you guys enjoy it.
I'm going to put my face on here for you, because apparently people like seeing other people's faces.
So definitely check back next week for Weekly Poker Hand, and if you guys have any comments, suggestions, or anything like that, definitely let me know. I'm more than happy to answer them. This has been Jonathan Little. Thank you very much for watching.